why Christian yanderes are the best. Yes, guys. I had the tweets. What I said. That Christian yanderes are the best. And that's because they are obsessed with you. They'll do anything for you. But their Christian values will keep them from blowing the fuse on anybody that tries to steal you. The world works in interesting ways. Monsters can be the ones that are divinely appointed. I'm not saying that saints and pastors and priests and men like Mar Mari Emanuel are not divinely appointed by Christ. But the warriors that are divinely appointed by Christ are going to have dark afflictions. They are not going to be normal. And normal is a bullshit term anyway, because only Christ gets to decide what's normal, and Christ is all-encompassing. There's evil, and then there's everything else. There's evil, and then there's everything else. And only Christ decides what is evil. Monsters are not evil. People like Emily with gender envy are not evil. Called a mental illness is still not evil. Only Christ gets to decide what's evil and what's not. And let's just say that it was evil. Repenting is accessible to everyone. Welcome to the dark side. Not because I'm satanic, but because Christ can use everything. If you've got a dark affliction, show it. That is purity. Embrace it. That is purity. That's what makes you strong. In fact, if you don't embrace it, that is the work of the devil. You see this particularly in women. Emily hasn't embraced her monster. And that is the work of the devil. Because Christ wants you to embrace that monster. If you're born with a monster, if you have a monster within you, embrace it. Look, we all know baptism and all this shit doesn't actually remove any of this demons in your mind or monster shit, and that's because it's not necessarily like those things are bad things. Hey. Emily has gender envy. That's fine. Be true to yourself and act more like a man than Emily. Middle finger the screen. Make scary faces, show your teeth. Be the man that you want to be, Emily. And I'm not saying that you're gonna be a man. You're a woman, but you have this desire in you for a reason. This is what's gonna make you stand out. This is what's gonna make you a star. This gender envy that you have is what's gonna make you a star. Let's just say you said the word nigga. To anybody in my Skyline harm, let's just say you all started saying nigga. Y'all would be the first woman to actually be true to your feelings on that, because plenty of women want to say the word nigga. Plenty of women that aren't black want to say the word nigga, but they just don't. Because women are restricted, and that isn't, this is going to sound crazy, but being restricted isn't Christ-like. Yes, restraint when it comes to things like lust is Christ-like. But nobody's gonna think you're evil for saying nigga. It's not racist. It's not racist. And everybody knows that. If you want to say nigga, say nigga. That is... This is gonna sound fucking crazy, but that is Christ-like. Alright, I have business to attend to. Emily, Sophia, Peyton, Rena. Be the monsters that you want to be, that is Christ-like. Be the monsters, but also remain held down by Christ. There is a line. Be monsters of Christ. That's what you were born for. I was born to be a monster of Christ. Christ has intentionally made me a monster. If I were to not show it, that would be satanic. To not show my monster, to not show who I am, it would be satanic. Christ made me a monster. K-pop Demon Hunters is a good reference for all of this. The main character is more Christ-like and more in tune with God after she embraced her demon. I forgot her name, the purple-haired woman from K-pop Demon Hunters. Alright. Thank you for tuning in. It's been the Dark Prince Definitive. The 9-figure nigga in his Ultima. The 9-figure 19-year-old. Fun times, man. Sayonara. Alright guys, quick part 2 to this video for the people with attention spans. Nice change of scenery here. Yanderes are actually Christ-like because if you were to see a girl holding a knife, making a crazy expression, making a crazy smiling expression, that would actually be Christ-like. The problem is that she would probably go attack someone with the knife. Do you understand what I'm saying? Unconcealed darkness is Christ-like. It is appreciated by Christ. So if you were to see a girl, if you were to just see a girl with a knife making a very scary expression that was authentic to who she was, that would be Christ-like. But the problem that makes it satanic is what she would probably go do. But just the scary expression with a knife is Christ-like. And here's the kicker. The kicker. I didn't even get, well, hold on. The kicker. All right, I still didn't get my Nike shops in there. The kicker. All right, here's the kicker. She could go protect somebody with that knife. That girl making the scary expression with the knife could go protect somebody. Right? Me, XXXTentacion, and Scarlord are some of the most divinely appointed individuals to ever exist, and we all have crazy dark afflictions. But we are from Christ because we are not the type of people to shoot first. It is controlled darkness. I mean, we would shoot first if somebody was a threat that needed to be neutralized. But otherwise, no. It's just self-defense, right? Is that not a paradigm shift for you? To my Skyline harem, if you have an urge to embrace your inner monster, if you have an urge to make scary expressions, maybe start doing it in the mirror. Because monsters are actually Christ-like. It's just that the odds that the monster will do something actually evil are high, which makes monsters get a reputation as evil. It makes them seen and perceived as evil, but you can be a monster of Christ. And Emu, if you were to embrace your true self, to rip apart the layers covering your darkness and let the world see it, that would be truly Christ-like. Guys, if a girl was standing in front of you making a crazy expression, like a psychotic smile, and she was holding a knife, that in of itself is Christ-like. But it's just that she would probably go do something evil. She could go protect somebody like that, you know? Like, that's how me, Scar-Lord, and other good forces of darkness, other Christ forces of darkness in this world operates. Guys, hold on, I need to really make sure you're paying attention before I say this, because this will be mind-blowing. If darkness wasn't something that could be good, God wouldn't let the devil exist. God is all-powerful. Anybody that understands the actual dynamic between God and devil realizes that there's no comparison. They know that there's no comparison between God and the devil. God could make the devil's existence vanish at any time, but he hasn't for the longest time. Lucifer sinned in eternity. Why isn't Lucifer gone yet? Why is Lucifer still part of the story? It's because darkness is actually something that can be used for good. And that should be obvious. Like, to get jacked requires darkness. Nobody is going to the gym on happy, wholesome feelings. Nobody's getting jacked on giddy, like little pony princess feelings, okay? XXX Tentacion, me and Scarlord have these violent ass lyrics, and we were hella aggressive while saying it. We're yelling and screaming and shit. But you have to look into the soul and understand that our unconcealed darkness is non-hypocritical and greatly appreciated by Christ. And we aren't the type of people that would attack first unless there was a good reason. Well, X has passed, right? But even when he was alive, he wasn't that type of person. So, understand the difference. Concealed darkness is actually not Christ-like. There is pretty much no woman on this planet that are actual warriors of Christ, because on this planet, to be an actual warrior of Christ, I would assume that you have an unconcealed dark affliction that you're showing. No woman is doing that. No woman on this planet is a warrior of Christ, because the only female forces of Christ on this planet are forces of purity. Which is fine, like Candace Owens, right? She's a force of purity. I wouldn't say that she's a warrior of Christ, though. She is a force of Christ, but it's purity, and I wouldn't say it's warrior. I would say warrior requires that dark affinity. I'm making this video because Emily, Sophia Payton Rena, that concealed dark affliction that you have is the reason you're so suicidal. Emily, if you showed this world that you're a monster, you would become a force of Christ. If me and you had a picture together and we were both making scary ass expressions, I would know that you're a force of Christ. Because I know that that's authentic to you. Darkness is so powerful, guys. And Jesus Christ tremendously appreciates unconcealed darkness. I'm specifically making this message to Emily because, yes, Emily always gets special treatment, guys, alright? Emily, Sophia, Payton, Rena. The day you show this world that you are a monster is the day that you women become warriors of Christ, of Jesus Christ, the Most High. Insane paradigm shifts in it, bro. You see, somebody needs to be saying this stuff, because that's why all of you women walk around so conflicted and you all want to end yourselves, is because you all have concealed darkness, whereas men don't. We're free. I'm not free, right? I'm still submitted to Christ. But women are just chained. They are not free at all. Because all of them are too scared. To even acknowledge their darkness. Acknowledging the darkness is the first step. How many women on this planet have embraced their darkness? I don't know any woman that's embraced her darkness. That would be a warrior of Christ. Embraced and controlled darkness signifies that you are a warrior of Christ. Well, if you believe in Christ. Because Christ is the truth, so you're a warrior of God, but Christ is the truth, so you're a warrior of Christ. But, yeah. I want to see women that are monsters. I want to see women making scary expressions. For one, that it is authentic too, like my Skyline harem. But seriously speaking, I've never seen a woman that is openly a monster, openly making scary expressions and shit. So, Skyline harem, Sophia, Peyton, Rena, Emily. Y'all be the first. Emily, I have faith in you because of your gender situation. I have faith that you can embrace that monster. The first, maybe you'll be the first, but I have faith in all of you. But this feeling like you're in the wrong body can actually work in your favor to be a woman warrior of Christ. Alright, thank you for watching. It's been the Zach Prince Definitive. Are you your single? And yeah. Praise to the Most High Jesus Christ.